I get into the Biden bank records, get into the Biden home ownerships, get into who paid for the vacations, get into who paid for the mink coats. How did Biden go from being poor to now being very, very rich? And not because of the money he made when he came out of office. He was very rich the day he got out of office. Harry Truman used to say, great Democrat, right? The way to figure out if a politician is a crook, look at how much money he had when he started. Look how much money he had when he ended. And if he was rich, he was a crook.
It's been my view, as you know, I tend to be a bit more aggressive. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm allowed to be a bit more aggressive.
Could be the best thing about you, Tom. It makes you think more creatively. You know that. I've told you that personally. But
well, thank you. Thank you. But it struck me as like we've got this issue where the FBI, we can talk about the FBI for days. We've got the Justice Department. We can talk about the problems there. So what do? My view is you have a separate investigator appointed by the president under his powers as president, as a special counsel, to look into these issues. I mean, the FBI, even on a good day, the best FBI agent, you're asking to put their head on a block by investigating what the FBI did. Of course. Same thing with DOJ. And Barr, for God bless him, if he's going to do anything, he'd have to write the indictments himself. He has zero help over there. So I think I would frame it like this. The Attorney General needs help. Justice Department obviously is undermining him. And I'm going to have a special counsel. We've got the Postal Inspection Service. We have the criminal investigative units at the Pentagon. We can designate the U.S. Marshals separately to investigate this.
Oh, yes.
You know better than most all the various law enforcement agencies that can pop in and do the work.
I mean, I've put together special counsel investigations and special investigations where an agency had to be walled off for their own protection. This investigation, of course, the FBI, which is 99% perfect, should be able to do it, but there would be a public cloud over it. But you could substitute, first of all, IRS would be enormously valuable for the financial part of it, which I think is 90% of it. Right. I mean, I get into the Biden bank records, get into the Biden home ownerships, get into who paid for the vacations, get into who paid for the mink coats. How did Biden go from being poor to now being very, very rich? And not because of the money he made when he came out of office. He was very rich the day he got out of office. Harry Truman used to say, great Democrat, right? The way to figure out if a politician is a crook, look at how much money he had when he started. Look how much money he had when he ended. And if he was rich, he was a crook.
Yeah, by all accounts, President Trump's getting a little bit poorer as he's in the office.
Well, President Trump goes the other way. President Trump had more money when he came into office than he does now, because the businesses, obviously some of the businesses have to be cut back dramatically.
Well, taking a positive perspective, this is where the deep state may work for our benefit. You're putting this information out. It kind of puts them in a corner. They've got to begin the process of investigating. And I'm not being naive as to the outcome, but even a President Biden may not be able to derail investigation if it gets going. Am I right in thinking?
You're right, but he'll try to put me and you and anybody else he can in jail.
Yeah.
I mean, he will, I have no doubt, will appoint a corrupt attorney general. He doesn't know how to do it anyway. He comes out of a Delaware's, I now know his life much better. He was a sleazy politician when he started in Delaware. His brother, the first thing they did was his brother James started up a lobbying operation. And in those days, you needed to be careful. And Joe would make representations to him. They'd pull in a couple of grand. And that's what developed into the big money,
Into the racket.
Developed into the $500 million from Iraq, 14 million from Ukraine. We didn't even mention Russia. The 3.5 to 4 million from Russia, which I don't have the documents on, but I'm working with the people who do. I can't vouch for that completely. But that's going to turn into a money laundering case with that woman who was the mayor's wife. They said, why did she give him 3.5 million? He lied about it during the debate. Joe Biden said that never happened. I have the wire transfer.
Well, the Senate has the wire transfer. More importantly,
The
It's a
FBI has a
government
wire
document.
transfer, and they've had it for a year.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all the latest news from Judicial Watch.